Okay, we're back to working on Derek's 31 Model A coupe here. I'm going to start taking up the little screws that we got here, and we're going to start welding up all this firewall nonsense and making it look pretty. Some of them we don't have to weld up, like these ones here are for the supports for the radiator. But and this is where the original wiring harness came through, but we'll weld that up. And like I said, most of these will get welded up. And if we get a chance today, maybe we'll start fabricating the supports for the front of the firewall. Well, we just took the intake off, and I think I'm going to go put it in the house, and so it's safe, so it won't get damaged around here. I hate to see anything happen to it. So yeah, I guess we'll start taking this out and start welding up, start just making some little templates and whatnot, and I think it'll be pretty easy to do. As long as we have enough wire in the welder. I really don't feel like driving to the city for just a spool of wire. I'm not even sure if we can anymore. That might not be essential. Some of you guys might not know what we're talking about here, but anyway, start pulling this out here.
And these screws are a good easy way of just temporarily attaching things. And you just weld up the holes later.
Throw that guy in the garbage. Throw that in the garbage. Oh, that tastes good.
That would be the garbage over there.
All right, voila.
And we still haven't plated this. It's been painted and everything, but we might be cutting some more of that out to fit a future dash. So
we'll figure that out in a
yep.
bit. Okay, we'll grab a stand so we can weld on.
Okay, and we'll start making holes and welding holes.
That's fine.
Okay, just making some holes for these bigger ones. Some of these small ones we can just weld up, but what I basically have done is I've got 3 marked out. I basically put them sheet metal into there, marked it out with a Sharpie, and then I'm going to use tin snips just to rough it out. Then I will take it over to our shear here and make it nice.
That's not the Beverly shear you guys restored.
No, this one's a made in China shear that
Good.
yeah, cuts very good. But I'll do that for the major holes. The small ones will just get welded up. We'll show you a little trick to welding those up. Even some of these bigger ones like that might be welded up, but these big ones definitely will need to make templates like that. Okay, this is our China branded Beverly shear, but as you see, I just rough cut it out with tin snips, and you can make basically just eventually make it round. You can curve with this one, but the Beverly shear works a lot better for curving. Try that. little bit more there, but as you can see, you just gotta fit it in there and then weld it up. Places where that's an irregular hole and it's on a bend, well, you just make it up and bend the metal, and you can even tack weld part of it in and then start hammering it so it gets into a nice curve. But we'll okay, so I made 3 holes so far. We got this one. That's the biggest one. I made a little one there, go in that hole, and this one's gonna fill in that hole. So we'll get Derek to tack weld and weld those in. Try not to melt the camera as we do it. And of course, you don't need a Beverly shearer to do this. You can just use tin snips and get it roundish. We're gonna weld, then grind, then put some filler on it to make it smoother. And we got a magnet on there just to hold it. One tip is to try not to weld close to the magnet, because the magnet actually affects the weld. While he's welding that up, here's another tip. Piece of copper bar. You want to weld up one of these holes without cutting a piece of sheet metal. You take your copper bar, you place it underneath there, then you start welding, and the weld will not stick to it, and then you won't burn holes in it. Same with if you're welding up a couple pieces of sheet metal and you accidentally burn a hole. Put a piece of copper behind it and it'll act as a backing plate, just temporarily. Works good. And we're not too worried about putting too much heat in it, because it is a Firewall. It's pretty sturdy. It's thicker metal. You don't think it's going to warp, and if it does warp a little bit, it's not the end of the world. It's not like a body panel. It works. It'll get ground down.
It's just trying to get it in there. All right, let's try this again.
It's about
right there. Ready?
Yep.
Hey, Glenn.
Neutralize it.
Yeah.
Well, at least it held it anyway.
Yeah, that's what the magnet does. It does something. I don't know what exactly it does, but if you weld things to a magnet, it screws it up. It will weld, but not very nice. Okay, so all the holes are welded up. Some of them are ground. That was one of the biggest ones there. And it'll just take a little skim coat of Bondo. Still gotta grind that. We left all these because that's what we're gonna use to plug weld on into the body once it's all good in. I even duplicated that with this piece over here. This is, I haven't finished this up because we're gonna have to probably cut this out a little bit for the transmission, but you get the idea. It smooths everything out. We'll just do a little bit of Bondo work, not too much. We're not gonna make it 100% straight and stuff like that. It'll still look old, but just with less holes and cracks. There's many cracks. This was all cracked here, but next thing is to smooth out these a little bit, get it roughed, and then we'll put it back in the car. Then I want to figure out what I have to do to attach it to the mounts on the body itself. So we'll try and see if we can do that today. So we got all the firewall holes welded up and rough ground right now. There's a couple little issues, but it's just clamped in there right now. But as you can see, it's nicely smooth. We welded up the holes for the rad brace because they might get moved, they might not. So we can just drill them again. Same with like any hole that we need to drill for the linkage, or the gas pedal in that, and for the steering column we can cut. We even patched that side, the original steering column. Yeah, so it's just, we'll have to do a little bit of Bondo work, but other than that, like a high build, spray it with high build a couple times and sand it, and the rest will come out very nice. We did this to my 36 Terraplane, and it came out excellent. Like, you can't tell, and in behind all this big motor you won't notice any little imperfections, which I'm pretty sure there won't be. But yeah, then at the bottom here, where the original direction of the firewall was, we're just going to take a piece of sheet metal and of course make it nice and just have it come up to here and up into that bend, so it'll just sit like that on an angle. Just make it blend into the side nice and into here nice, and it'll look factory. Yeah, that'll be on a different on the next video. Hopefully we'll totally finish it up, and we'll just shoot it with primer to make it look nice too, and prevent it from rusting anymore. But yeah, then we still got to weld it all in, but we're a while away from that. We still want to take it out, in and out a couple times, just to fit the bottom and fit the, once we get the tranny in there, that'll have to be cut out, so it's just easier that we can pull it in and out. So,
And while these guys were working on this, I was doing some mind building, and I came up with the idea to make something a little different in this car. This is a 36 Ford dash that I bought off a lady a couple years ago, and it almost fits that car, almost not too bad. We're gonna have to do a little bit of trimming and a little bit of reworking, but I think between this one and that one, we'll make one of the two work. But I think it's just going to be something neat that it's not going to be your stock Model A, and just something different that they would have done back in the 50s or 60s or whatnot. And I was able to find, going through my inventory of crap, that we went and looked through some of the gauges that we had, and I think we're going to use this one. I know pretty sure what this came out of, so if anybody knows out there, let me know. Just see how you guys know your trivia, and I'll let you know, but without Googling it. So that's what I had to do. We originally actually thought this was a Ford piece, but it's not, so Ford's out of the question.
yeah, there's no name or anything on the back of these things.
So we're gonna come up to cut this out, re-weld the new piece in, put this in, and I think that's gonna be the bee's knees. This is just a little filler piece here. that Ford did. That one actually has it for an ashtray, but this is just a detrimental or a ornamental piece. And I'll show you what I've got in our stock. Since I've got like probably 6 or 7 of them, NOS. Oop, not this one. Ah! Like I said, the old man had about a dozen of these things, I don't know why. But NOS Wico tachs, and we've run them in all of our other stuff. And it's pretty close to fitting there, so we'll just machine that and make it work. But we have everything to do that, so. And also, I was just trying to figure out different things about this dash. And also we have, see, it's kind of good to hoard stuff. These little guys, I'll have to make it smaller. Actually, I can go like that because they fit there. But they're going to be for turning signals. I don't know, just something different. Like I want to make this thing like from the 50s and 60s. Just, you know, stuff they don't see. And like I said, it's just stuff that we've had here. It's always nice to have an inventory in stock. Actually, if we do screw up these ones, I still have another dash in my 36. But I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to make it work the first time. Like I'm no love lost if we cut this one up because it's been bondoed in spots and somebody's done some pretty shitty welding jobs in the back, but whatever. This should be fine. So I think that's good. And that one, we've got a glove box and all that stuff, or the glove door for it and all that. And oh, and even too, I was digging up in the attic while they were working, and I found the old man. We had a bunch of wiring, and it's all in really good shape because we've wired up my coupe with this stuff in Chris's Hudson. So we have different thicknesses, gauges, and colors.
Different colors.
Yeah, blue and red and black and all that good jazz.
So any exposed wire, we're gonna use that stuff.
And it's all good stuff. I was even gonna try to use incorporate this into the dashboard somehow, but I think it's just gonna be too much, just because it had a clock, and I figured that's kind of neat. But one thing I was outvoted on, and I knew I was going to be outvoted on, but I wanted to anyway. Even though this isn't the grill shell we're using, we'll get a 32 car. I came up with the idea, and they did this back in the day too, and they mounted headlights there, and you'd build buckets and everything else to do it. But sadly, I was outvoted by everyone. No countable for taste. But anyway, I think it might have actually looked kind of goofy on this car. But like I said, also too, it might look stupid because this grill's a commercial truck and it's kind of goofy and big and whatnot. But outvoted. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google George Barris's car. So, but anyway, I guess we'll just put some nice headlights. I've got headlights up there that we can use and whatnot, if not buy new stuff. But yeah. Having all this stock in inventory, like if we're having it all here, is kind of a bonus. You don't have to go out and buy it, because buying it, that stuff ain't cool, and it hurts your pocketbook. But anyway, I guess that's it on this video. Rambled on enough, and then like I said, it kind of came up with this idea. I just happened to look up there. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, we got a couple dashes here, and I didn't know if we were gonna have to narrow it or lengthen it, but I'm like, well, we can make 2 out of 1 or whatnot. But
Trying to collect parts that we're
and it
see
actually,
what we're gonna need.
it actually follows the contour of the original dash, and
Yeah.
so well, that'll be coming up in an upcoming video. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm almost gonna put my foot down, that we'll actually use this. So anyway, oh yeah, I guess about Casey.
Yep.
Okay, this is a true story. A couple of weeks ago, we were out cutting firewood because winter's here, or coming, and we brought our neighbor Casey. You all know Casey, you've seen him in the shows and whatnot. He would honestly not shut up about video games. Mario this, whatever, Pokemon, I don't even know what games are in there nowadays. But anyway, he wouldn't shut up. He just kept talking about video games, and he likes video games, so whatever, kids are kids. So I said, why don't you start your own little YouTube channel? And sure enough, he did. I guess with the help of his dad and mom, and I think even Carson, his brother. And so I'd like to give him a shout out. I know it's video games, it's really nothing to really do with car related stuff, but I know he likes it. So it's, I shit the bed, I don't remember what it is.
Bobby Dog, the gamer.
All one word.
All one word.
676.
676. So Bobby Dog the Gamer 676.
So Casey, there you go. Next week you're coming out to help us cut more wood. That's your whatever you want to call it.
So if you know any,
Yeah, if you know any gamers or whatnot.
old school gamers,
Yeah, like
he likes to play the old stuff.
Yeah,
Old Nintendo.
Yeah, we're playing Duck Hunt, or tried playing Duck Hunt. I guess the new TVs won't pick up the gun. But yeah, we're playing Mario 3 last week, and I think we even mastered it. But yeah. So anyway, give him a little plug or a shout or whatever, you know. But yeah, you're helping us cut firewood next weekend. Anyway, have a great night. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, I made a roast, though. It's supper time.